Hello and welcome to another complete Edexcel GCSE PE lesson, where you'll learn absolutely everything you need to know on the methods of training. Before we begin, a quick reminder that Edexcel GCSE PE, the complete course, which includes a dedicated section on component 4, the personal exercise program, is now available to download, link below. So when deciding the most appropriate methods of training and intensities, a number of factors need to be considered. The first is the specific fitness requirements of the sport. So different sports require different components of fitness in different proportions, and this needs to be reflected in training programs. For example, long-distance runners use aerobic training methods to develop cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance, while shot putters, who rely on power and strength, might use a combination of weight training and plyometrics. In addition, training intensity should be set according to the requirements of the sport. For example, long-distance runners should train within their aerobic training zone, which is 60 to 80% of their maximum heart rate, while sprinters should train within their anaerobic training zone, which is 80 to 90% of their maximum heart rate. The next thing to consider is available facilities. Planning a personal exercise program may be influenced by the facilities and equipment that are available to you. For example, if you want to use weight training, do you have access to dumbbells or a nearby affordable gym? The final factor is your current level of fitness. Fitness tests should always be carried out to determine your baseline before starting an exercise program. Knowing your current level of fitness will allow you to set an appropriate intensity that overloads the body, leading to improvements in fitness, but not too much, as this might result in injury. Different training methods are used to improve specific components of fitness. You need to know about several methods of training and the advantages and disadvantages of each. So continuous training typically involves performing large compound movements like running, cycling, or swimming continuously, meaning without dropping intensity or resting. Continuous training can increase the size and contractile strength of the heart, leading to improvements in cardiovascular fitness. Continuous training should be sustained for a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes if it's to be effective, and heart rate should be maintained between 60 and 80% of maximum heart rate, that is, within the aerobic target zone. This table summarizes some of the main advantages and disadvantages of continuous training. Fartlek training is another form of continuous training, as no rest periods are taken. Fartlek means speed play and is characterized by variations in pace and/or terrain. A typical Fartlek circuit may include sections for walking, jogging, sprinting, and hill climbs, and therefore targets both aerobic and anaerobic fitness components. It's a more varied and enjoyable training method than continuous training, and is particularly beneficial for team sports that involve both long periods of moderate activity and intermittent high-intensity bursts. However, there may be no suitable terrain nearby, it's difficult to monitor intensity due to the constant changes in pace, and the individual needs to be highly motivated in order to push themselves hard enough to overload the body. Circuit training is an extremely versatile method of training, as a range of different exercises are combined in a single workout. Circuit training primarily improves cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance. However, circuits can be easily adapted to target a range of fitness components. A typical circuit training session may include 6 to 10 stations, and participants stay on a given station either for a set period of time or until they complete a predetermined number of repetitions. Once done, participants transition to the next station and repeat the process until the circuit is complete. The entire circuit might be repeated 2 or 3 times in a session, with a short rest between each. Now, it's important to ensure that consecutive exercises target different muscle groups so that intensity and form can be maintained. This table summarizes some of the advantages and disadvantages of circuit training. Interval training is defined as high-intensity periods of work followed by defined periods of rest. It involves brief, intensive work periods that last anywhere from 8 to 10 seconds to several minutes, with time in between for rest and recovery. An interval session might consist of 3 sets of 6 reps, where each repetition is a 50-meter sprint followed by 45 seconds rest. There may also be longer rest periods of around 3 minutes between sets. Interval training is used to improve speed and anaerobic fitness, but may also help to improve cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance. Advantages of interval training include recovery intervals allow time for lactic acid to be removed or oxygen debt to be repaid, and for the intensity and quality of training to be maintained. Interval training is often used in team sports like football, hockey, and basketball, as intensity varies greatly in these games. A high-intensity burst of activity is often followed by a period of recovery, like jogging back into position or a break in play. However, interval training can be very intense and therefore needs full commitment and motivation, and it can be boring or tedious due to a lack of variation. Plyometric training involves performing explosive exercises where the muscles exert maximum force in short intervals of time. Examples include squat jumps, explosive press-ups, bounds, and depth jumps, all of which involve the rapid lengthening and shortening of muscles. It's specifically intended to improve power, which is the ability to apply lots of force extremely quickly. Plyometrics may therefore be used by athletes like high jumpers, javelin throwers, and basketball players. This table summarizes some of the advantages and disadvantages of plyometric training. Weight training or resistance training uses external weights as a resistance to work against. For a given exercise, someone using weight training will typically perform several sets of consecutive repetitions with rest periods between each set. For example, 4 sets of 12 reps on bench press with 90 seconds rest between each set. Weight training can be used to target several fitness components, including strength, muscular endurance, and power. It's therefore used by a range of athletes, including weightlifters, long-distance cyclists, and sprinters. Those who wish to target strength should lift more weight but complete fewer repetitions per set. For example, 3 sets of 5 reps at 85% of their 1 repetition maximum. Those focused on muscular endurance should increase the number of reps per set and reduce the weight accordingly. For example, 3 sets of 12 repetitions at 70% of their 1 rep max. This table summarizes some of the advantages and disadvantages of weight training. You also need to know about several common fitness classes and the components of fitness they improve. Body pump combines high repetition, light to moderate weight training exercises like bicep curls, lunges, and squats with music, which helps to set the pace and keep participants motivated. Body pump focuses on cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance, but may also help to develop strength and flexibility and improve body composition. Aerobics involves performing repetitive aerobic exercises to music. Exercises usually involve major muscle groups and large compound movements, which raises the heart rate for sustained periods of time, leading to improvements in cardiovascular fitness. Aerobics may also help to improve muscular endurance, strength, flexibility, and body composition. Pilates is a low-impact form of exercise that improves core strength and stability, as well as muscular endurance, flexibility, and balance. It involves precise movements and focuses on controlled breathing, which helps to relieve stress and improve emotional well-being. Yoga uses physical poses, breathing exercises, and meditation to improve physical and emotional well-being. It focuses on holding the correct position with full range of movement and control of the body and breath. Yoga can lead to improvements in flexibility, muscular endurance, strength, and balance. Spinning, or indoor cycling, is a high-intensity cardiovascular workout on a stationary bike, using a weighted flywheel to stimulate various terrains like hills and flats. Participants control resistance and pace to vary speed and intensity, with sessions typically including warm-ups, sprints, climbs, and cool-downs set to lively music. Spinning mainly develops cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance, but due to the changes in intensity, may help to improve anaerobic fitness as well. Well done, you've just covered absolutely everything you need to know on the methods of training. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time for topic 3.4 on the long-term effects of exercise.